You sound good, long distance.
Well, I feel good. It's been an interesting week here. And this is my fourth time in London, and I've played games in Sweden and Germany and Ireland. But I think this is the first week that's really felt like a training camp week. The Bears are staying out in the middle of the country. Their practice fields are attached to their hotel, and it's more of the development of the camaraderie. It's only the team. It's only the staff. And so I think these guys have a chance to kind of regroup mid-season and rekindle some of the friendships that they miss out on when they're at home and they have their family and other requirements right on top of them. So in all of my time coming here, it's probably really benefited them to be ready for play on Sunday, that they're not going to be, kind of the jet laggy type feeling that you do when you come out here for 3 days.
So, my guy, as you watch this team go through things, and we talked about the Caleb second touchdown right before the half where he did a great job looking the safety over to the right, then bam, gotcha, and he went down the middle. Huh. As you watch the development of the quarterback and you watch practice, where are you on Caleb today?
I really like what Caleb has been doing at the line of scrimmage. And whether it's the up-tempo pace of the offense where they can take advantage of what the Bears personnel against the opponent's personnel and they feel that they have an advantage, I like the variation of the at-home snap count that Caleb will use. He'll go to the line of scrimmage and kind of give you some of those experienced quarterbacks where he'll start his cadence and he'll try to hard count you, get someone to jump, knowing that he's not really calling a play. He's just trying to make his opponent show them what they're doing, what type of defense they're going to try to show during the play, and then backs off, regroups, sets the information, and then goes through the cadence. And when you look at it, there's never been hurrying against the play clock. He's using the play clock to his advantage to make sure that he can read the defense, see if they're giving any of those poker tells, and then calling the play accordingly. So. And then kind of what DeAndre Swift has been able to do and how active he's been in the offense the last couple of weeks. Now when the opponent gets ready for the Bears, they say, okay, we kind of got to focus on taking DeAndre Swift out of the offense from the running game line of scrimmage to the passing game line of scrimmage, and then how it affects the downfield game of the other receivers. So those building blocks for this football team, I think, are going to pay dividends in the future. But I do think that it's going to be a really Bears supportive crowd here in Tottenham on Sunday. So he may be able to use the snap count again, that you could see another week of line of scrimmage discipline by the young quarterback.
Tom, is there a certain play or set of plays that you saw from the offensive line against the Panthers in which you thought, oh, yeah, they got it. They've got a nice rhythm going for them?
There was a nice outside zone play that they ran to DeAndre Swift, and I think he had an 18-yard gain because Cole Kmet did a really good job of setting the edge, blocking the end man on the line of scrimmage. And then Gerald Everett and the left tackle, I forget his name all the time.
Braxton Jones.
Braxton Jones. Yeah. For some reason, the name gets stuck. But anyway, he and Braxton Jones and Gerald Everett turned the corner and led upfield. And then if you look farther upfield, Coleman Shelton was leading another block along with DJ Moore. So those types of plays are super beneficial to the exterior of the offense. And even on that outside screen pass, I know it's not a run, Jay Hood, but another one that the patience and the timing of the running back, the patience and the timing of the quarterback, and the patience and the discipline of the offensive line, making sure they're not getting downfield. And then DeAndre Swift being able to follow behind Coleman Shelton for a 40-plus yard gain. And then I guess, going back and revisiting the goal line offense that they failed on in Indianapolis, and they've been able to kind of reinvent themselves by using both Doug Kramer and Karam Amagaji as bigger blockers at the point of attack and with even a little bit of motion. And, one thing about it is when you get into that red zone, when you get into the short yardage goal line offense, you have to have production. You got to be able to convert those types of short yardage plays so you either get touchdowns or first downs. So that has encouraged me. And I will tell you this. After Tevin Jenkins left the game, they put in Bill Murray. Mm-hmm. And I do think that Bill Murray and Matt Pryor give the Bears more of a physical presence on the inside than they had with Nate Davis and with Tevin Jenkins. And I don't know what Tevin's status is going to be going into this weekend, but I wasn't disappointed by what I saw out of Bill Murray.
In terms of looking at the Jaguars, and you watched a lot of tape, look, I like Trevor Lawrence. He hasn't performed at the level I thought he would when he was the top pick, but I feel like that team can make some plays in the passing game like Stafford did down the middle of the field. What concerns you about Jacksonville?
You're right, Cap. You know, the middle of the field does concern me because with Quan Brisker not being here, Kevin Byard making one of the greatest interceptions I've seen in a long time by a Bears safety last week. It seems like that middle area of the Bears defense is more attackable and more inviting because there's a lot of respect for Jalen and Tariq on the corner position. And if they get sturdy of enough protection, and they got Mitch Morris and Schreff, the other offensive guard there that have a lot of experience, and they got decent tackles. And then Trevor Lawrence is 6'6 plus. But he's turned over the ball, I think, 62 times in the last few years. So, he's the type of guy that he's going to take a chance and he's going to try to fit it into a tight window. Sometimes it results in an interception. So if they can kind of formulate a plan to secure that middle area of the field a little bit better, I think Doug Peterson, being a former quarterback, being with the Green Bay Packers, being with the Miami Dolphins, he understands exactly what you're seeing, Cap, that there's vulnerability in this defense. If you can hold up that interior offensive line protection, keep the quarterback some security in his spot in the backfield, and take advantage of some crossing routes. And they got legit receivers. There's, you know, and Evan Ingram is going to come back and play. He's only played one game this year, but he's a tight end that kind of gives him that middle area of the field opportunities.
You know, we was talking about the running game before, and I was talking to Cap about Roshan Johnson. I mean, it starts with DeAndre Swift, and last couple of weeks, Tom, he's been playing really good football. The holes are open for him, and he's going through them. I wonder your overall thoughts about Roshan Johnson as a second running back. We're used to thunder and lightning in the running back room. How about Roshan Johnson and his development?
Yeah, I love Roshan J. Hood, and I don't know if you do, but I do as well. And I think he gives him a real physical presence as committed point of attack runner. I think he's a good outlet receiver if you need to throw him an underneath pass and try to get him to convert it for a first down. And I do think he's the most reliable running back blocker on a blitz pickup responsibility. So to me, I love Roschon since he's got here. You know, he stays healthy, gets more experience, and he's kind of an in-between. You know, he's not as burstful as Khalil Herbert, and he doesn't have the experience of DeAndre Swift, but he is trending in the right direction. And I do think that he can offer this offense anything on first, second, or third down. And I think it was 2 weeks ago when he threw Caleb threw an underneath pass to Roschon, and he was able to convert it for significant yards beyond the first down marker and keep the drive alive. So I'm with you, Jay Hood. I like everything Roschon offers in offense.
In terms of, we're talking with Tom Thayer, our guy here, and he'll be on the call with Jeff Joniak at Tottenham Stadium in London. A trip like this, the Bears chose to go in super early. The Jags are not coming in until tonight. Your thoughts?
You know, I've done both. And from my experiences here of being here for a week or being here for a short amount of time. So they're here for a week and they're out in the middle of the country, and it's only the Bears. It's not a bunch of distraction of, okay, this high profile shop in the middle of London, or we got to get to this restaurant, or we got to try this wine bar or whatever. I like the fact that it's more of a training camp type of atmosphere. And, you know, like I said, these players get to rekindle a lot of relationships because they only have each other. So what the Bears have done this year, I think it's super beneficial to be prepared on Sunday in terms of getting your body clock right, getting ready to play a game and then get right on that plane and go home after and fly right into a bye week. Because when you do those 3-day trips, you don't get over the jet lag and you're still a little fatigued on Sunday. And then if you want to stay overnight, I think it even creates more exhaustion because you play the game, you have kind of a get-together party night after the game is over, and then everybody's coming in late. You're trying to get on a plane at 8:30 in the morning. Here it's, man, get in the Tottenham, beat Jacksonville, get on the buses, go to the airport, get on the plane, sleep on the way home. You're home Sunday night, and you're rolling into that bye week. And I'm super encouraged by this experience differently than some of the other ones I've had in the past.
What's the best meal you could have in London, Tom?
Wow, it's interesting. So the first night I had really good salmon that had this kind of a lemongrass pasta with it, and it had Brussels sprouts, which was really good.
Right up my alley.
That's fun.
Yeah. And then last night at the Bears, they had fish and chips, authentic fish and chips from over here. And I can't deny that was pretty darn good itself, with a salad bar that includes a couple different kinds of salad, a lot of avocado, black olives, just all of an assortment. I'm a salad bar guy too, Jay Hood.
Mm-hmm.
I am
So
too.
when I can get like a good solid protein offered and then some vegetables, and then I threw in, they had cooked broccoli, so I threw in a bunch of cooked broccoli on top of my salad bar salad.
Yeah, the fish and chips, not the healthiest thing, but when you're over there, you got to crush it. It's so good.
That was the thing about it. As I went up there, and they had different offerings. They had a full taco bar and everything. And I figured we're almost 8,000 miles away from Mexico, so I'm going to go with the locally bred and born cod, fish, and chips.
Yep.
That I am tacos, and I can have plenty of those at home that I crave and places I love to go to.
So I'm clear. I'm clear about the chips. So are we talking? Are we talking J's? Is it Lay's? What is it? A barbecue J? I mean, what kind of?
No, it's the big old potatoes cut into pieces that are the authentic chips, and not the J's, Lay's, or Doritos or anything like that.
No. It's the real like potato skin type like potatoes that they cut into pieces. Dude, they're great.
I'm just a kid from the South Side. I'm uncultured, as you well know, Tom. I'm just a kid from the South Side.
Oh, dude, listen. Come to Joliet. There's not too much between the differences of us growing up, and I've been in the same house for 63 years, so you can't play that. You can't play that card on.
Hey man, have a great trip. Please bring a victory home, 4-2, and then do you have any plans for the bye week, or are you around?
No, I'm around. No, I'm around. So. Here to talk to you guys.
You're the best, man. It's one of the highlights of our week when we get to chat with
Look forward to it, Cap.